I found this White House portrait of our 42nd president in a box lot. It was just sort of in the bottom of a bunch of ceramic and pewter items. And I found it curious that it actually came from the White House, sort of an official thing. So I put it up for sale for $20, and someone from Germany just bought it. This is a Kangol wool cabbie or newsboy hat made in England. Normally I get $25 to $30 for these, but it has a small little wear mark that's hard to see. I pointed it out in the listing and put it up for sale for $20. It was just on a table at a church sale, 50 cents per hat, and I grabbed a whole bunch of these. This is a pair of Pioneer CS88 vintage loudspeakers. I found these on Craigslist last February from a lady, and she wouldn't budge off her $60 asking price, but I knew they had pretty good value. So I got them home, I tested them out, and the capacitors inside are pretty much shot, so not a lot of high end out of them. And I wasn't going to go in and repair that, although it was an idea, maybe a future project to do that. But I had them listed for $399, and they just got an offer of $300 today. So packing them though is quite a chore, and makes me rethink whether or not I even want to sell these speakers anymore, because it probably took me 2 hours worth of looking for the right box. I had to actually go out in my van and hit some of the recycling dumpsters because I just didn't have the right size, even though I've got a zillion boxes in storage. But I finally found some that would work with enough padding in between, and shipped them out via FedEx. And they sold again for $300. This is a small Harley-Davidson belt buckle. I picked this up along with about 3 other belt buckles at a garage sale for $8, and this just sold for $25. This is a pair of Sorel Superior snow boots, snow pack boots. I bought these over the summer at a garage sale for just a couple dollars. These always sell well, although there seems to be a glut of them on the market. This one has a little bit of damage. The pull tab, leather pull tab, is torn off of one of them. But these still sold for $30. This is a small Nightforce Patch. It's actually a Velcro or hook and loop on the back. And I picked up 2 of these. They're actually in the bottom of a box lot. And before throwing them away, I decided to look them up. Good thing I did. This sold for $25. Sold another pair of these crazy looking Z-Coil shoes. I found these at a garage sale, and I got them down to $10 on them. They're a size 14, so I figured they're going to sell for probably pretty good money. I put them up for about $130 and took a best offer of $100 for them. This leather-bound book featuring classic wooden speedboats is the very definition of long tail. When I first went full-time selling on eBay back in the fall of 2013, I was going around the house looking for things to sell, and this is one of the things I put up. I put it up for $100 and just took an offer of $70. It's the first time I ever got an offer on it. It's a signed book, and I acquired this book brand new. I think I paid about $20 for it back when I owned one of these beautiful Chris Craft boats. Had it on Lake Minnetonka in Minnesota. This is a wool rug. It's about 4 foot diameter. Nice intricate pattern. I think these are sold at Target, but I put it up for $80, and I got a best offer of $70 from England. I remember I had to almost fight the person at the garage sale to get this away from another buyer. But I guess it's only 3 by 3. And I had to make a box out of a couple of those triangular mailing tubes, Priority Mail, because they shipped it Priority International to London, England for $70. If you remember around the 70s, listening to vinyl LPs, you always had to have one of these disc washer record cleaning kits. Consisted of this pad that you put this fluid in, and then it also came with a pad brush that's over the cap of this fluid bottle. This fluid bottle happens to be about 3/4 full. I have a huge bottle of it to refill these bottles, and usually include at least 2/3 of a bottle with every one of them I sell. I get these all the time when I am purchasing turntables, and I sell them separately, and this one went for $40. The second one of these two Nightforce Precision Optic patches sold just a day or so after the first one did. Kind of funny, they were up for over a month for sale, and then they both sell within a couple days of each other. This one went for $25. I found this Star Trek version of the game Uno at a garage sale. One of those garage sales when I start noticing the prices are really cheap. This was just 50 cents. Then I really start to dig deep in it, because if I can find something of value, it's going to be cheap. And this sold for $20. This is a brochure for ADC equalizers. It came with some stereo equipment I bought over the last month. It's just a 2-page brochure, but I thought, I bet it's got some value, and somebody bought it for $15. This is a bamboo woven serving tray, and I found this at an estate sale where everything was very expensive, but they had about 20 of these for $1 a piece. I picked out 12 of the best ones, and I put them up for sale for individually at $8 a piece, hoping somebody'd buy at least 2 or more at a time. But this is the first one to sell, and somebody just bought a single for $8. This is an Akai reel-to-reel tape deck. It's a real nice one. And this came along with those other pieces of equipment that I bought for $400 that I acquired via a Craigslist ad that I put out looking for stereo equipment. And this sold for $700. I'll just probably be taking about a half hour to get this packed up properly. Line a box with styrofoam, and it is quite heavy. But nice to see it going to Lancaster, Pennsylvania. This is a realistic turntable sold by Radio Shack. It's a pretty cheap one. I picked it up for about $5. It does work. It's got some scuffs on the dust cover, but it sold for $60. This is a vintage Akai head demagnetizer for a reel-to-reel recorder. It actually came with the Akai I just sold yesterday, and I listed this separately and got $40 for it. This is a pair of vintage Magnavox speakers. They're 15-inch woofers that I pulled out of a early 60s stereo console. I got 2 consoles for free off of Craigslist. Somebody just wanted somebody to pick them up, and I took my van over and picked them both up. Finally got around to tearing them down, and I've got the amplifiers up for sale and getting these speakers up for sale. I just put these up last week for $30 a piece, and somebody bought the pair for $60. This is a Goldtone record rack. I always seem to find these just as I'm leaving a garage sale. They're so easy to overlook, and they're usually very cheap. I got this for $4. It's one of the few things that I will curate. I like to put a record player and some records in them. Use that as my lead picture. Kind of get some attraction. And this sold for, I'm trying to remember, this sold for $80. Every now and then you run across one of these VCR head cleaners, and they usually only want like 50 cents or $1 for them. And I usually get $20. Like I did for this one.